Hi there. How's
Hi.
it going? I'm Sue.
I'm Michael. We are a close-knit family. It is Thursday, October 17th, 2019. This is Season 2, Episode 18. Jude is right on time. We are a knitcast from Armstrong in the North Okanagan region of British Columbia, Canada, following my adventures as a newer knitter and our ongoing yarn and knitting addiction.
And Melissa's our newest knitter who can't be with us today.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I know she wants to.
Yeah, but this was the day where we could record,
Yeah.
so...
And yeah. All right. Yeah. So, and for the... Okay, anyway. We did all of that, didn't we?
We did all of that.
Yeah, you're so good.
It's just time for the skies above Armstrong. It's getting fall.
It's fallish.
It's fall. Leaves are turning brown.
A little bit of wind, gray sky, blue sky.
Yep. Rain.
Had frost a couple times.
Yep. Couple days of frost. Yeah. You know.
It's fall.
Fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and if you were with us last week and saw Melissa and all the Knit City stuff, so exciting.
Mm-hmm.
She did bring her knitting out when we had Thanksgiving dinner on the weekend, and she's done a little bit more.
I was gonna ask, did it actually get worked on, or
Briefly.
okay?
Yeah, it did. Well, I think it would have helped if I'd been knitting too, or
That
even
too,
or
yes.
even if you'd been knitting.
Yeah, even if I'd been knitting, but I was away.
That's a true story.
Yeah.
So last week, I think we mentioned.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure we mentioned.
Yes.
That we were going to get to spend some time with Arne and Carlos here in our little village of Armstrong.
Little town of Armstrong.
So that was really pretty cool to have them right here.
All the way from Sweden?
Norway.
All the way from Norway. It's Arne and Carlos.
Norway. So you came to the lecture night,
yes.
which was so good. I enjoyed it so much. They talked about their so when they started doing designing and sort of how the progression through their designs and how they've kind of always tried to mix traditional things but give them a modern twist.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I'd seen some of their patterns before from the Japan time.
Yeah.
But I never really clued in that they've got the Space Invaders logo in there.
That was the first thing I noticed when they showed that design.
Which I just thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
What'd you find?
I don't know. I just found their sort of story of their personal progress into starting as fashion designers and then ending up being knitting designers, and sort of their overall philosophy of mixing old and new. And thanks Jude for moving the camera. Wow, she really moved it.
She?
Sorry,
Oh,
yeah, she
okay.
really moved it. Anyway,
She likes to participate. It's no, maybe not as much as.
there we go. Jude. They're mixing old and new, and even like showing all the different ways that you can use the simpler traditional designs, like the X's and O's.
Right. Right. Which they explained. What was it? There were 3 things for it to be a Norwegian design.
I only remember the X's and O's.
It was 3 or 4. So the 8-leaf rose.
Oh yeah, the 8-leaf rose.
The
half crown.
the half crown.
Yeah.
And
the X's and O's. And the snake?
The snake.
Yes.
Yes. So they're the 4 things. And so if a design has those 4 things, it's a Norwegian.
It's a Norwegian, yeah. And it's funny, I was actually helping a customer the other night, and the coat that they had a knitted yoke, I guess, shoulder portion anyway, and I was looking at it and I was like, there's the X's and O's.
Yes.
There's the half crown.
I've been doing that too. Oh my gosh.
And even looking at it, it was a very interesting take on the X's and O's, but it was certainly the X's and O's design.
There.
So
yeah, and just their stories. Oh my gosh, funny. It's sort of like Arne's Carlos is like the straight man to Arne. So Carlos would say, this is what we were doing and this is what happened, and then Arne'd come in with some hilarious story.
We know where all the sex shops are in where was it? Oslo. No. It
was a metropolitan European city. I can't remember what it was, and it was their very first runway fashion show, and they know where all the sex shops in that city are.
Yes.
And so does their taxi driver.
Yes. Yeah.
It's their story.
Yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed it. I spent most of it, I spent all of it knitting.
Yeah.
The first portion tinking, because I realized I'd done something extremely wrong.
Okay.
But, then
I don't know why, but I'm trying to pick a cat hair off that. Jude's getting her close up.
Yep. I really enjoyed it. It was a 2 hour and a half lecture. Yeah, no, it did not feel like it.
Yeah. And hey, like Twisted Pearl put on an amazing event.
Yes, absolutely.
So they had there was someone playing music at the very beginning.
A clarinetist.
It was a clarinetist. Thank you. I'm like, there was live music there. I can't remember what it was. They had a wine bar and they had a spread of food and snacks and stuff, and everyone there got a gift bag.
Yes.
So we all got
the gift bag.
The gift bag.
Mine is just
sorry, that just hurt my finger.
Ooh.
So from the Twisted Pearl.
Yes.
In Armstrong, BC, we got these lovely gift bags, and then on the back they say, I spent the evening with Arne and Carlos.
And you happened to get yours signed.
I asked them to sign mine. And so we all got the gift bag, and then in the gift bag we received
some yarn.
So I think
everybody got a Regia.
So we got the a Perfect.
Yeah.
Sock. Now, so these ones, if you're not familiar with them, these are the socks designed by Arne and Carlos. And if you follow the instructions, and it all sort of revolves around this yellow yarn, which is not part of the yarn design.
Yes.
But if you follow the instructions, you will knit 2 identical socks, and they will have that pattern on them.
Yes.
So that was pretty cool. So you got one too?
Yep, I got one too. Oh yeah, and they told the story of designing these sock patterns and the dye patterns, and that was humorous and funny. Naming them. You can't name a pattern scream.
Or so the marketing people said.
Yes.
The marketing people told them you
can't. Call it garden for all I care. And they did.
And they did. Yeah. And I also received in my goodie bag this skein from Queensland. They're Llama Lace. And so this one is 100% llama. It feels amazing.
Yes, it is. So good.
It's really it's more of a, it's not a lace weight. It's a fingering weight yarn. Pure extra fine baby llama, and let's see. So 420 yards, 383 meters to 100 grams. So it's I'm actually, and you know what? I just saw Hohi Locatelli. She was just talking about the llama. No, they were alpaca. She knit some socks out of alpaca, and she just said alpaca was the best thing to knit socks out of.
Okay.
So I'm wondering, I might try knitting socks out of this if I don't come up with something else, because it's a great color.
Yes, absolutely. And I also got some Queensland yarn. Not the same yarn, but I got from their Uluru collection. This is, their colorful cotton blend. Just look at all that color. I love colorful yarns. This is 55 cotton, 26 acrylic, 19 polyester. 100 grams to 375 meters. So again, I guess also sort of a fingering weight.
Yeah, it's a heavy fingering weight.
Okay.
But it's always hard to know, like even the llama that I did have in my hand a minute ago, it felt heavy. So sometimes like a yarn's content, like if it's a heavier yarn or if it's got a lot of dye in it,
yep,
it's going to be heavier.
Interesting.
So
but yeah.
less yardage.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a.
Let me see. So nice. I love that. Oh, and yeah, a little bit of green in there.
Yep. And yeah.
That'd be a neat. Well, there's all sorts of things. Oh, and it's a cotton blend.
Yes, I said that.
I know you did, but I was thinking about other things.
Okay.
So, and then I also received in my goodie bag, I got a little measuring tape.
I did too.
And some soap.
Some soak.
And
a $10 coupon for Twisted Pearl.
Yep, $10 off the next purchase.
Yep. I got a free pattern for a ridged pillow and a diagonal pillow design.
So did I.
Yes. I don't know how much of this I'm allowed to show, but I got that. And also on the back side it has that.
And we also received the book of Rowan, all sort of their latest patterns. No, they're not the patterns.
It's a lookbook.
It's a lookbook, sort of the different patterns and by the different designers. And already, I'm so drawn to Kim Hargreaves' knits that I'll just, because I can't help it. Some of Kim Hargreaves' patterns in this book are just lovely. So anyway, so that, I mean, just it was really nice to receive all of these.
Yes.
And some great ideas and some great things to look at, and really, really super. Oh, look at that jacket.
Oh, it's so nice. Very nice.
Anyway, so really, really spoiled.
Yeah.
Well,
while I was there, they were also, of course, selling pattern books, and I decided to pick up the New Nordic Men's Collection by Arne and Carlos, and it is also signed by Arne and Carlos. So, yeah.
What made you decide you wanted that book?
I don't know. It was kind of seeing, I had a quick flip through it, and I was like, I was sort of, on some of these, and then, I don't know, I watched their lecture, and I saw all their thoughts and intentions with the designs, and I was just like, okay, maybe I do want that.
See, this sweater is definitely a favorite of mine. In any, if you make that up in a couple of contrasting colors, it looks fabulous.
Absolutely.
And then one of my real sort of favorites.
Yeah, that one.
Is this one. So that's the 8-leaf rose.
Yes.
And it's the way they came up with that design. It was kind of based on, so in bigger centers, not where we live, it's not uncommon for people to paste posters up on walls and billboards and stuff, and then they might get damaged by weather, or they might get partially ripped off or whatever. And they saw some of this. To them, they saw graphic art. Yeah. All these posters all on top of each other and half ripped off and whatnot. And that's where they got the inspiration for making that kind of deconstructed 8-leaf rose. And I thought that was really cool.
I thought it was really cool too. And
it's also a neat idea that they've done, in that it's color work, but you never don't use the main color. Yes. So every stitch, in this case it was the light gray, every single stitch includes the light gray. And where the color work is, all they've done is added the Kid Silk Haze.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure it's knit back and forth. So you're basically using the Kid Silk Haze in Tarja style. So when it's time to pick that color up, you're still knitting with the gray. You just pick up the Kid Silk Haze. Yeah. You knit however many stitches. You drop the Kid Silk Haze and keep knitting with gray. And then when you come back, you pick up the Kid Silk Haze.
Yeah, they do note here that it's Antarja sections.
Yeah.
So Antarja.
Yeah.
Is that how you spell Antarja?
Intarsia.
I always thought it started with an A.
Well, there you go. Intarja.
I thought it was Antarja, not Intarja.
Yeah. So if anyone's ever been like sort of scared of color work and like, oh no, the floats and oh no, Intarja. Yeah. Or any of those things. This is a really neat way, and oh no, tension.
Yes.
You're always using that same yarn is always there. You just add the Kid Silk Haze or take it away, and I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else? So then I got to the next day. I went to their twined knitting class.
Okay.
And at the twined knitting class, I got another goodie bag.
Did you?
Yes. So once again, I got another one of these, and I got now the same.
The same one that I have.
The same Regia Perfect pair that Mike has.
Yes.
Yes, and another bag, of course. Mm-hmm. Same bag again. That was super. And then we learnt about twined knitting.
Did you?
That's not the right bag.
That's not the right bag.
This is the right bag.
That's the right bag.
This bag, all of my bags from Two Sticks and You. Because apparently I'm hooked on Two Sticks and You. So, twined knitting gives you this effect.
Interesting.
So if you can kind of see, it's kind of got the herringbone kind of look to it.
Okay.
As it goes back and forth. The other interesting thing, now what they were saying was that the exterior of the hat is water resistant.
Okay.
But the interior isn't. I don't quite understand that, but we just kind of roll with it, right?
Yep.
So, the other interesting thing is that in doing the twine knitting,
yes,
your inside is the outside.
Okay.
So when you knit, this is what your knitting looks like as you're knitting on it.
Okay, it looks like knitting.
It looks like plain old knitting. But when you're finished,
the inside is the outside.
This is the outside of your project. And you can just see, I just started so I've got it going this way. I just started coming back when I stopped knitting. And I stopped knitting because the pain in my hand was too much.
Interesting.
So anyway, so like I said, apparently this side is water resistant, but this side isn't. I don't know.
Who knows?
I just work here.
Yep. You just take the class.
I just work here. Anyway, so I am really looking forward to finishing this. Mm-hmm. And having learned that, because of course then it does become a reversible hat.
Yes.
Because there's nothing wrong with that side.
And one side is water resistant and the other side isn't.
Nothing wrong with that side. So I found this interesting as something to potentially use in like say something where you're going to see both sides. So a shawl, a scarf.
Okay.
A collar.
Ooh. Ooh.
So anyway, that was just super interesting to get the opportunity just to learn that, and to learn that from Arne and Carlos. They're so much fun. Yeah. They're so chill. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
They really are.
They're so chill.
Yeah.
And lots of time for them to come around and visit everybody and to talk about knitting and to look at your knitting and see what you're doing.
It was so nice.
Yeah. And so I also took the opportunity, and so of course everyone was getting their picture taken.
Yes, naturally.
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 I got my picture taken with them.
Ooh.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
My friend took my picture for me. And I'd love to show it to you.
Okay.
Except there is no picture. I don't know what happened. But she did not take the picture. So that happened. But I did ask them to do me a little favor. And here's a really short little video. Really short little video. This is directed at Sarah from the. I should tell you the background behind this. So Sarah of Cozy Up Knits.
Okay.
When we were at Knit City, she was scared to go over and fangirl with Arne and Carlos.
Yeah. Okay.
And I grabbed her, I'm like, come on, let's go. And she's like, no. And as much as I will encourage somebody to do something,
yep.
If they're really that's a hard no when you're like, I'll go with you, and then I leave it alone, right? Because that's just not nice.
Yeah.
So I asked Arne and Carlos if they would just record this little message for Sarah.
Aww.
So that's going here.
Hi Sarah.
Hello.
We heard you didn't dare to come and see us in Knit City, so we hope we can see you another time. Don't be shy.
Bye.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
That was nice of them to do that. And just, so what good sports, right? I mean, I gotta tell you, Carlos looked exhausted.
Oh no.
He looked so tired. I mean, jet lag, all of those things.
Yeah.
I would hit 3 months. They're over here traveling for 3 months.
3 months? Wow.
But they did say they have all their videos recorded through January. So we'll get to see them still every week.
Yep.
So that was nice.
Yes.
All of those things. And while I was at the Arne and Carlos thing,
yes.
my water bottle spilled all over my phone.
Uh-oh.
And my phone was already cracked.
Uh-oh.
The screen was cracked. And long story short, my phone died.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
Couldn't get anything off it. Dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we got a new phone.
Yeah.
So that happened.
Yeah.
And yes. So, tendonitis. From the end of that class until, yesterday.
Yep.
I did not pick up my needles.
Okay.
I've cut back my my workload. Essentially, anyone who didn't already have an appointment scheduled with me to get their nails done, I didn't add any more appointments for this, for a week and a half here.
Yeah.
And the pain, it just was getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And yesterday, I went and I got acupuncture.
Right.
And thank you, Jenna. You are my lifesaver. So immediately after the acupuncture, I was like, okay, well, that happened. That didn't help at all. And then I got up this morning, and it was like my hand had never had pain. It was amazing. And then so I was knitting yesterday. I was knitting yesterday because I have a bad back.
Yes.
And the issues with my back, I was given really poor advice, which was if your back hurts, stop what you're doing, rest your back. Which has just made the whole thing even worse. So then I thought, here I am resting my hand, and I thought, I don't want to have that same thing happen. Now my muscles go all atrophy in here, and I'm worse off than I was. So I decided yesterday I was going to knit.
Okay.
Because it doesn't hurt when I knit.
Right.
It just...
The aftermath.
I have pain doing other things. So, this morning, no pain. I was like, hallelujah! So I started to knit, and then I did start feeling some discomfort, so I stopped again.
Okay.
So that's the story of my hand and my wrist, and I go back and Jenna's going to poke some more needles in me next week.
Okay.
And we had Thanksgiving in Canada.
Canadian Thanksgiving over the last weekend, yeah.
That was very nice. Had all the kids around. We missed Robin.
We missed Robin.
Yeah. We had turkey. We played games.
Yeah. It's okay though, because I went to Robin's house for Thanksgiving. They like to do a whole, invite the neighborhood Thanksgiving.
That is so nice.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah. So
I've got real chill about it.
Yep.
Over the years.
Yeah, there were 2 turkeys and
turkey.
Lots of potatoes, which I helped mash, and
nice.
Yep. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to try to get, do at least the centerpiece and make it nice, and it's just like, yeah, there's food, go eat it.
Well, yeah, you've said yourself, turkey dinner is your favorite dinner to make.
Yeah. Yeah, I love making it.
Yeah.
I love making it. I'm not into all the other stuff. The other stuff. Yeah. And how's your D&D going?
D&D is going well. I'm trying to prepare for the potentiality that my character... Potentialness... Possibility...
Love it.
That my characters that I am the dungeon master for, I'm trying to prepare for the possibility that they may end up taking out a loan from a devil. Making a literal deal with a devil.
Cool.
The devil is sort of their boss in this current arc. Anyway, so that led me down a rabbit hole this morning as I was trying to think, okay, well, how about I make, a spreadsheet to keep track of this loan, because I want to actually keep track of it, because devils and all that. So I started looking into how to calculate loans. I thought I could just make a spreadsheet that would calculate everything. No.
Welcome to banking.
No.
Economics and accounting.
So I ended up finding a spreadsheet that I could use. It's still not going to do everything I want it to do, but I can bend it to my will at least.
Be the devil.
Yes.
Bend you to my will.
And it's, it's going to be that typical, okay, so I'm charging you interest, and if you miss a payment, I have the soul of your firstborn. That kind of thing.
Cool.
Anyway, but yeah, that's been my morning, is trying to figure out how loans work. for Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh my gosh. Well, you see, you learn something. It's educational.
I am learning that loans are expensive.
Loans, yes, they are. Okay. Yay! Yay, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I just realized we should maybe mention what we're wearing.
Oh yes, I am wearing the tilted cowl that I did as part of our knit along, and it was in the IPE, in the new knitters category. It took first place. Here, how about I? And I was actually wearing this because that middle yarn there, because we wanted to mention with the Perfect sock yarn, that middle yarn there, we're not sure if that's Regia or what it was. The yarn I was using didn't have a ball band. But if you take one of those, Perfect yarns and just knit with it, that's kind of what it will end up looking like. With sort of the color bands and pattern bands and...
Yeah.
Yeah, but... Yeah, that's still one of my favorite projects that I've knitted. So yeah, and what are you wearing?
And I'm wearing my Ursa, the linen version of the Ursa, which has some modifications and what did I make this with? It's linen.
Yes.
Held double.
Yes.
It'll
be in our video
Was it Zoe?
somewhere.
Yeah. Anyway.
I think if
you really need to know.
If you really need to know, if you go onto our YouTube channel and search Ursa, all the videos that have the Ursa appearing in it should show up.
Which is an awful lot of videos.
Or at least all the videos where we talk about Ursa. Anyway.
Which is a lot because you've been knitting it for
true.
But I'm thinking there's one where I say the 3-day sweater.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then the linen one comes 1 or 2 after
right.
that.
Yes, the 3-day sweater, because the Ursa for you is the 3-day sweater.
Is a 3-day
sweater. For me, it's been a 3-month sweater.
It's taken a little while.
Yes.
But that's okay.
Yes.
And I have been now all trained up to be a pollster.
Yes, you are.
For the Canadian election.
Yeah, you're technically an employee.
I am an employee of Elections Canada.
Yes.
It's the second time I've done this. I did this for the last election as well.
Mm-hmm.
I worked for the 4 days of the
2016
of the pre-vote.
Oh yeah.
What's that called?
Advanced voting.
Advanced polls.
Advanced polls. Yeah.
So I worked the 4 days of that. So this year I'm just doing the 1 day election day, October 21st, 2019. Canada, get out and vote.
Get out and vote. Use your voice.
It's a right.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard fought for in places. Women haven't even, I don't know if we've had it for 100 years yet.
I'm not sure what it is in Canada.
Get out there and
vote.
use your right and vote.
Yes.
Okay. And the other thing, holy crap, there's been quite a bit this week.
Yeah.
I did it. I released the Kraken.
Woohoo!
I released, which way's front? I released Basket Weave.
Yay!
Onto the world, into the world. So that is now available on Ravelry.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you're interested, check it out on Ravelry. Favorite it. That would just be a favor to me. Doesn't cost you anything.
Yep. Help get some traffic on that page.
Yeah. So, now it's time for Yarnquisitions.
Yarnquisitions.
And we meant to hold off on all our gifted yarn for this segment, so we already did.
Yarnquisitions. But that moves us on to foes. This has been foes.
Yeah, that was it.
And time for whips.
Okay, we actually have whips.
We do have whips. Generally, we have whips.
We do have whips. I shouldn't have.
No.
So I showed you one.
Mm-hmm.
My twined knitted hat.
Yes.
And I have been working on Novelli by Caitlin Hunter again. So I have now. I'm almost through. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Let go.
Oh my gosh.
I'm almost through the color work sections of Novelli. So I have at this point dropped the green. Which way am I going?
Which way are you going?
Okay. At this point I have dropped the green. Try to unroll this. So so the green is Kelp Forest from Midnight Cravings. The purple is Velvet Plum from Midnight Cravings. And I've just started into the main body color, which is Tapas Bar by Midnight Cravings. So, Tapas Bar looks like this, and it carries sort of the same colors, the plummy and the green, and there's a bit of black in there, and or dark gray, I guess, and it's a light gray base, if you can't tell that. This is in their Lush fingering base, which is 100% merino. Pardon me. Superwash. And I'm actually, because it's hand-dyed yarn, and these were bought like a long time apart. Not just there's no way that these are going to be the same.
Right.
We're talking months apart, if not like a year apart or whatever.
Yeah.
There's no way those two are going to be the same. Yeah. So I am doing the alternating the rows. I'm doing the helical knitting.
Okay.
To to work them in together so that it's not so obvious. So to do the helical knitting, you know what? I'm going to show that on another, when I'm further along and it's easier to show.
Okay.
But that's what I'm doing with my Novelli.
Alrighty. And for me, work continues on Ursa. Hey, guess what? I finished one of the sleeves.
Woohoo!
And I got to try on Robin to make sure the sleeve was a good length. I'll put a picture of that here, actually.
Oh, you got a picture of her in it.
I did.
Nice.
And it really needs to be blocked. But she was in it.
Oh, but it looks so nice.
Yep, and now I'm working on this other sleeve. So, and then it will be done.
It looks...
Well, then a little bit of finishing around the neck and...
so nice.
Yeah, I like it.
I can't see what we're looking at right now.
Well, because Jude knocked over the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
So you've got that arm coming down
Yep,
there.
yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's looking good.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
Well, good lord. Everything's
hey.
falling and going places and
Yep.
all of that stuff. So yeah, both of us have been kind of like, not knitting as much.
Yeah.
Me for, pain reasons. And you've been working a lot.
Yep.
Yep. All right, so, Mike, what do you bring to the table? I squeak! Okay. Low sexy voice.
I bring to the table a game that is available public domain, but it also has various printed versions that you can purchase. It is a game called Monikers. Monikers is what Charades wishes it was.
Oh.
It's played over a course of rounds. You're divided into teams. You play it over a course of rounds, and you start out. Oh, what do you start out with? First, you have cards that tell you, like, right now you're being this, and it's very rapid fire. So in the first round, you can say a sentence. In the second round, you can say a word and make a motion. In the third round, it's only your body. In the fourth round, it's only your head. In the last round, it's only your hands.
I don't understand.
It's
So are you trying to be one thing throughout all of these rounds?
No, you draw like 5 cards.
Okay.
From a deck that has been selected from like hundreds of cards of these are things that are actually relevant to us that we can figure out.
Yeah.
For example, for us, I wouldn't choose Tiger Woods. Anyway. And so yeah, you take those cards, and you just rapid fire, like, you just look at the first card and you're like,
I'm a golfer with a addiction.
Or
because you could use a sentence.
Yeah, on the first round or something,
yeah.
And then on the next.
So you just keep.
Yeah, you just keep rapid fire.
I see through that, and is it the first person through? I mean, what are you doing?
You get points for guessing the correct one. And
is everyone doing it at the same time?
Everyone's doing it at the same time. It's
interesting.
Yeah, it's all. I explained it poorly. It's all open source. All the rules are available for free. And you can. I think it's classically a Victorian parlor game. Don't quote me on that. I may be lying.
Well, that sounds about right. Because Charades is sort of
that. It's yeah. There's a wonderful printed version, which I'm sure if you just look up Monikers, you'll be able to find easily. Has all sorts of expansion packs to make it more relevant to what your group's interests are. Yeah, Monikers.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it's just something you can download.
Yeah, or you can find the rules for it, and then most of the rules will have things like take out a piece of paper and write down 5 things.
Okay.
Cool. that kind of thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And now it's time for events. From around the world. Okay. Try to make it exciting.
Oh.
Okay, so coming up this weekend, October 19th and 20th, it's New York Sheep and Wool, also known as Rhinebeck.
Rhinebeck. In New York?
At the Dutchess County Fairgrounds in somewhere in New York.
New York.
Somewhere in New York. So yeah, Rhinebeck is sort of, that's the biggie.
Mm-hmm. Is that New York or New York, New York?
New York.
Okay.
I think people call it Rhinebeck because it's held at or near Rhinebeck, New York.
Okay.
I don't know. I've never been, but you know.
Yep, but it's in that area.
Everybody wants to be there.
Yes.
Apparently.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And on October 26th and 27th, it's the Wool Symphony Volume 1 at the Market Square in Neuchâtel. At Neuchâtel on the Rhine in Germany.
Wool Symphony.
Volume 1. So they're talking about make a symphony of color.
Okay. Okay. I thought it was like a symphony, but all the instruments are yarn somehow.
No.
I was trying to imagine a yarn trumpet. Yeah. Or just a trumpet that has a yarn sock. What?
What is that trumpet? So I'm picturing a sock on the end of the trumpet.
I was picturing a trumpet wrapped in like knitted yarn.
Okay. You won't find that. That's the whole symphony.
You might. Who knows?
Hey, anything is possible. You're right. You might, but no promises. Okay. And Saturday, October 26th, is also the Cowichan Fleece and Fiber at Cobble Hill Community Fairgrounds, Cobble Hill, BC, which is between Victoria and Nanaimo on Vancouver Island.
Okay.
And it is, I mean, yeah, that would be where the Cowichan people's are, that's their area. So there you go. That would be why it's called Cowichan Fleece and Fiber.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta make a trumpet.
I gotta find somebody who has a trumpet.
The thing is, the sock wouldn't do that.
Yeah, but
because it's too heavy.
It's not enough air.
But so funny. If it would, that would be super funny.
Yeah.
That would be super funny.
An air hose.
An air hose. Oh my god. Or can you see like a big tuba and socks, balled up socks come flying?
A sock mute for your tuba.
A sock on the end of the trump.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever.
Anyway.
Moving right along. Yes, we have a very strange sense of humor.
We are still doing our temperature scarf and garment along thing on our Ravelry group. Although we've dropped out. But if you're still going, keep posting in there. We love seeing it.
Yeah, I don't think there is anyway.
Oh well.
It's never too late to start.
Oh well. Anyway, thank you for joining us here today. Here on YouTube, you can help us out by liking this video, commenting down below, just say hi.
Yeah.
And subscribing to the channel if you're not already. It really helps us out.
Hit the little bell.
Yeah, hit the little bell, get notified every time we
get
upload.
Reminders.
Because our upload schedule has gone to poop.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It really boils down to, are we both here at the same time?
Yeah. Join us on Ravelry. All the information for that will be on the end card and in the description. Follow us on Instagram, Close Knit Family Knitcast. And as always, keep your knitting close and your family closer. Bye.